From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
What's going on, everybody? And it's kind of our first episode of this, so we're kind of wing it. So it's the Nerd Report. It's going to be a bi-weekly show that Susie and I are going to put on about pretty much nerd shit that happens within the next, couple weeks.
And what we've learned today is that AJ is no longer allowed to make bullet points for these.
I made perfect bullet points. Spelling was not supposed to be in check.
Look, you have spell check, you have Google. Google when you don't know how to spell something.
So here's the thing. I do stuff right when I think of it, because if I go do let's go Google, and there goes that Google tangent.
So me at work today, because yes, this is exactly what makes me think of it. I'm trying to do one project, okay? I have one project set ahead of me. And as I'm working on this one project, I'm working on 3 other projects at the same time. My boss calls me and he's like, hey, can you do this for me? And I'm like, yeah, in an hour. He's like, yeah, no rush. I was like, good, because it's not happening for an hour.
Sounds about right.
I can't do anything. I literally was multitasking and could not accomplish it. I ended up with a splitting headache that would not go on.
You having a splitting headache? Well, I'm happy that I took the effort to fill all this stuff out just so you can be like, AJ, you suck at spelling, even though we already knew this.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least it's not hieroglyphics this time. Never, ever going to get old.
I mean, it is kind of old now. But speaking of that set list that we're using, Susie, I know
the dumb, boring stuff that I'm not going to care about.
Well, no. That's in the middle because, I figured I'd run off a couple and then you'd come off at the stuff you don't really give a shit about. And then we go back into stuff that we actually care about.
I think I have something to add to this.
Oh, dear God.
I have something to add to this.
You do? I had images all set up, so why don't you do your thing first? So, Susie, what are you adding to that? Because I'm not going to say... Oh, there, son of a gun, there it is. How are we going to... Did something else happen?
So, they won an award.
Oh, so talk about it.
And I actually have to go Google what award, but they won an award for season 1, and the 2 actresses who play Rhaenyra got to go up for it, and you got to see all the photos that they took, and I freaking to die for. I love both of them. They're just amazing. Hold on.
That's better. So while you're talking about that, I'm not surprised that it won an award or multiple awards. It was very well done, and it honestly captured me better than the first season of Game of Thrones did. So, Susie, have you found out what award yet? And there's a will.
Wrong freaking article.
As we're trying to figure this, Susie, I even asked you, did you have anything else?
I was reading your set list and I was like, oh no! And we were already launching when I thought about it. So, drama TV series.
Yes. I could 100% see that.
Yeah, so they won Best Drama for TV series, and I know that Emma Darcy was nominated for Actress in a Drama TV Series.
All right. So, 100%, if you haven't watched it, go watch House of the Dragon. It's pretty dope. It is very dope-tastic.
How many times can you use dope in a sentence?
She's a dope. He's a dope. You're all a bunch of dopes.
I'm being shamed over here.
It's not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. So, Susie, what's our first bullet point?
My favorite, my all-time favorite, one of my favorite characters to ever grace the television screen. Arrow is coming back to the Flash. Stephen Amell has agreed to come back for the Flash finale.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. Honestly, I've never watched The Flash. I've never watched...
Okay, so The Flash is really good. I actually have to re-catch back up in The Flash because I stopped watching it when I moved.
I'm going to have to start it.
Tell you what, you and I will start the season together. I'll watch season 1 at the same time you're watching season 1.
Ooh, didn't we try this with Arrow?
No, we did not try this with Arrow. I was so far ahead of you on Arrow that you had to catch up to me, and now you have surpassed me.
Yeah, I finished Arrow. And then I bought one episode of Batwoman, and I've bought one episode of... No, I didn't buy the episode of Legends of Tomorrow because there was like a full encompassing story for like 3 or 4 episodes there. I'm like, I need to know what's going on. If I just go from Arrow to Arrow to Arrow, I'm not going to know it.
Tomorrow is on Netflix. You can just watch it on there.
I know, but Batwoman wasn't.
Batwoman wasn't. Batwoman, I think, is on HBO now.
I think Batwoman is the only one not on Netflix, I think.
But I'm excited for that. Stephen Amell playing Arrow. If he just utters the line, "You have failed this city," at least once, I'm going to be happy.
Okay, I'll like die of happiness. It'll be great.
AJ,
What?
you failed your city.
That's a big city, and I'm pretty sure Waterbury fails itself.
Also, yeah, Batwoman's on HBO Max.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I don't think it was back then.
No,
All right,
but it's now on HBO Max, so you should go watch it.
all right, Susie. What is next?
Hey, AJ,
What?
you spelled Phineas.
Shut up.
Dude, did you watch Phineas and Ferb at all growing up as a kid?
No.
Phineas is spelled with a PH, my dude.
Oh, whatever.
Phineas and Ferb,
Just say
Phineas and Ferb.
I'm not trying to make fun of you or like
Oh,
shit
no,
on you or anything.
well,
I just
That ship's already sailed. That sailed when we started.
So,
Why are you the creeper?
I don't know, because I can. I came down here to drop something off, and then I just kind of stuck around.
So,
now
I am so excited for Hogwarts Legacy and to find out Shaun of the Dead, Simon Pegg is gonna play Phineas Nigelis Black. Cause he could be a funny dick.
Simon Pegg also plays. He's also in Star Trek.
He's also in Mission Impossible.
Yeah, he's better in Star Trek.
I've never seen Star Trek.
That is a shame on your own universe. He's also in The Boys as Hugh Campbell.
Yes.
He's Scott.
Yeah, he's Scotty.
Yeah.
Scotty. He's the best character in Star Trek.
Yeah, I'm excited because he's funny, and I think he's gonna bring a big dickish headmaster to Hogwarts when we get that game in just over a month. Susie, are you excited?
Unless you're a Switch player.
You were actually gonna get it on the Switch?
No.
No, but if
That wasn't even a serious contemplation in this household.
if one of our watchers was planning on getting it for the Switch, it doesn't come out for them until June.
Well, same thing as Xbox One and PS4. It doesn't come out till April.
Oh yeah, they did delay it for the old systems. My bad.
They did. And there's speculation on they might just outright cancel the old systems. So,
I get it on my PS5. I'm good.
Yeah, but I think that's a bad decision.
all right, Susie, I know you don't care about the next two, so why don't you...
Excuse me, AJ, I've got a possible bone to pick with you. On what planet do you think Disney should buy WWE?
I'm not saying they should. I'm just saying...
I just read that and I went, what?
Bob Iger met with Tony Khan over the weekend. I mean, not Tony Khan, Nick Khan. Met with Nick Khan over the weekend to talk about a possible purchase of the company. So, I don't think it's a good idea. I think Comcast should buy it. Because they're already all over Peacock. I don't think I don't want.
Comcast has some sort of weird deal, so wouldn't Disney end up owning it anyway?
No, they share rights over Hulu. That's about it.
I think they actually share rights over Hulu, but that's a debate for another day.
But yeah, there's a lot of speculation with Comcast, Disney, and the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, who also is the parent company of F1, Liberty Media, which owns F1. So honestly, I'd rather it go to either Disney or Comcast, just for the fact of, if it goes to Saudi Arabia, you're never going to see women's wrestling again, and you're going to hinder a lot of other people in your company, depending on what.
So Saudi Arabia, you might still see the women's wrestling, but it will be hit or miss, only because it depends on where it is taking place.
But no, there was a conversation had with Bob Iger and Nick Khan over the weekend about the purchasing power of Disney.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because of, ESPN, Disney Plus. WWE is on Disney Plus in European countries.
I don't know how I would feel about it being on Disney Plus.
I'd rather it be still in the States. Let me just put it that way.
I don't know.
Honestly, if Disney bought it, they'd probably just put it straight to ESPN or something like that, rather than having it on Disney Plus. But that's just my.
Well, they'd probably drop it to Hulu and ESPN Plus. You're 100% right, Will. Well, Susie, let's go on to the next one, because the next one is something you're really going to want to talk about. Hell, I'm pretty sure even Will wants to chime in on it.
I don't actually care about the Tron opening. The reason I don't care about the Tron opening is because Tron has been delayed so many freaking times that I just don't give a shit about it anymore.
I'll be more happy.
I really I just don't care, and the fact that it's opening basically the weekend before my birthday, they all can go shove it.
Well, that's why I made the small joke about a weekend trip, but no, once we get to about a week before it launches and they haven't changed the date, I'll be more excited about it. It's nice to actually see a actual number next to the date.
Okay, so there's Tron, but let's talk about what happens the day before Tron. On the 3rd, Happily Ever After is returning, and Epcot Forever is coming back.
For a limited time only.
Yeah, but they're getting rid of the barges. That is confirmed.
Yeah, but it's still for a limited time only.
Yeah, until they figure out something new. They are also getting rid of all resort guest parking fees, which is really nice. So either you're paying $15, $20, or $25 a night. They're getting rid of that as of the 10th. So that's nice. Actually, 2 days ago.
Actually, I don't even care. That didn't bother me.
It did.
It bothered so many people, but it didn't bother me. One, because my first year I went to Disney, I took Disney transportation. So whatever, I don't pay for overnight parking. Number two, when I did pay for overnight parking, it still didn't amount to that much.
No, we stayed at a value, so it was $15 a night, which isn't bad.
But even then,
it also pays for a meal.
Yeah, I mean, there's that, but still, you go to any hotel on the freaking face of the planet.
Yeah, you're paying parking.
You have a car, you pay parking. So what difference does it make if you go to Disney and you pay parking versus you go to a Hilton and you pay parking?
Honestly, what I think they're doing is
the Hilton that we stay at for Connecticut than I do at Disney.
Honestly, what I think they're doing is they're taking the word fee out of it, so people think they're not paying it anymore, but they're going to throw it into the resort, like how much the room costs.
I don't think they're going to do that, because I think all intents and purposes they really wanted resort parking to be free. But I think part of the reason they enacted the parking fee is because too many people were taking advantage of it and parking at the resorts to go to the park.
Yeah, well, the resorts are still not the resorts. The parks you still have to pay for to park.
Yeah, but my point is that people would go to the resorts because free parking, and then take a bus from the resort that they're not staying at to go to the park.
Yeah, but the parking's only going to be free for the resort guests.
Right. But here's the kicker. And I only noticed it the last 2 times we've gone down. They actually like legitimately like check your ID, make sure you're there for a valid reason and everything else at the gate.
Yeah. They've
Like,
always
so
done that.
You can't just park. Like you have to have a valid reason to park there, and then they're going to charge you parking for parking there to go to the park. Like, especially if they know that your car's there all day.
I don't even think they'll let you on the premises if you're not there for dining or a resort guest anyway, so.
Yeah. I think Disney's really cracking down on that, and I think that's why they feel comfortable going back to free parking.
I mean, I'm just saying, if we stay for a week at a place that even just $15 a night, it's a meal, at least one.
I know, but I'm sorry, but the way I look at it, I go to the Hilton, I go to the Marriott, I go to any hotel, 90% of them do not offer free parking. You have to pay to park. That's just the way it works.
Okay, but I'm not against it.
I'm not against, like, I love the fact that it's now free parking, but, like, I don't understand why people get so mad about it.
Oh, I wasn't mad about it. I just think it's a perk that I'm happy they're bringing back.
I actually don't want the Magical Express back.
No. No, I kind of like actually renting a car, because then you can actually...
I like the freedom that I have knowing that I have a car on site, so I can go pick up stuff. Like, when we took, our nephew down, I could, if he needed something in the middle of the night, like Tylenol, or we needed pull-ups or something, I could get in my car and go get it.
Or
versus having to get it delivered.
Or I needed to go get aloe for everybody in the group.
Well, almost everybody in the group. Your wife was more burnt than the rest of us.
Not wrong. Not wrong at all.
So yeah, that's great, but meh. But I mean, you didn't put in there also that annual passes
can bounce.
Can just check in at 2:00 to whatever park.
Yeah, they don't have to make a reservation at all, which is nice.
Yes, but they cannot do it until 2:00.
Still nice. Also, Saturday and Sundays they still have to though.
Yeah, Saturdays and Sundays they still have to.
That's because 2 busiest days of the week. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah. All right, let's go off to the next one.
Angela Bassett deserved this so freaking much. You don't even know. We just talked about Black Panther 2. Like, she deserved this beyond... There is no doubt in my mind how much this woman deserved it.
She was a huge part.
She won Best Supporting Actress for Wakanda Forever, and I'm sorry. She deserved every ounce of that award.
Oh, yeah. She was the biggest part of Shuri's growth from, I think, her death, right in the spoiler alert.
I mean, we kind of blew spoiler alert out of the water on Tuesday.
The movie's already been out for 2 months.
But it's not on Disney Plus yet. But no, just the acting alone with dealing with T'Challa's death and then leading up to her death and then how Shuri deals with that. You felt it through the whole movie.
Yeah, it's... And I have to go... I'll have to go look it up and see if I can share it to our group page. But she made a very good speech when she won the award about how you could feel Chadwick Boseman working throughout that whole movie. You felt his spirit, and they wouldn't be where they were if it wasn't for what he left behind. And I think her speech was very moving, and it was very... It definitely, it helped with the healing process.
Oh, I think so. 100%. Because I think we were along the ride with everybody else trying to heal from all that.
Too many lost at once. I lost my Captain America. I lost my Iron Man. I'm gonna lose my Thor eventually. I don't know what's going on with the Hulk. Hawkeye got into a bad accident.
Drax is done after Guardians 3.
Yeah, Drax is done. I think all of them are basically done after Guardians 3.
Yeah.
because Zoe Saldana has already she doesn't want to do another franchise again. The different interviews she's given, it locks you in. You can't really do anything else, and she's locked into Avatar and Star Trek and like Marvel. Like she's a phenomenal actress, but like this kind of, I'd love to see her in something else.
Well, speaking of something else, and you just mentioned it, which is an excellent segue, Susie.
You're welcome. Avatar: The Way of Water. Which, how much do you want to bet the Book of Fire is coming out next?
I hate you so much.
You're welcome. Wins its 4th weekend at the box office. I'm pretty sure this is beating Titanic at this point.
I don't know about that. I don't think so.
This movie still hasn't even broken even yet.
Yeah, this movie's probably not going to break. I'm going to be honest. This movie's probably not going to break even.
Oh, well, if we give it the 14 years the other, or the 14 years the other one has, eventually it will. Eventually.
Yeah.
But it has made a shit ton of money.
Yeah, the original broke even within like a month.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. It broke even. This one was way more expensive than the original, and it's looking like it's not going to break even at all, which is kind of disappointing, but also, like, I think that Hollywood needs to take a look at how they do things, because if you cannot know for sure that you are going to break even, maybe you should cut back on some of the stuff you're using. And I know that James Cameron used a lot of technology for this.
So just looking into it, and I'm on Time, their page. It says where is it? It says what it cost to make it was $350 million. That's Time magazine.
Yep.
They made it back almost 4 times.
The first one.
This one.
This one.
As of December 30th.
Literally 2 days ago, I read a thing saying that it hasn't even gotten even yet.
It says $350 million after its extensive commercial
You also have to remember that it might break even in the long run, but in terms of movies, typically if it hasn't broken even within the first 2 weekends,
well,
like
here are the numbers.
That's how they look at movies, because half the movies that I love will not get sequels because they didn't break even though they broke even long term.
Well, Disney,
like before they even made it to DVD, they broke even.
Yeah, luckily Avatar hasn't fallen under that any of the times. They're like, oh my god, it was so successful no matter blah 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 blah.
Disney spent right around the $350 million mark. This weekend it made $45 million, which brings its domestic number to $516.78 million. Internationally, it was $956.9 million, which brings its worldwide total from when the movie came out to $1.7 billion.
Avatar is making Disney money. Now, the problem I have with Avatar is, so they went back in to do this one. They've already filmed most of the sequential movies.
Yes.
Which, okay, fine, but now you have to figure out how much it costs you to make each one of those movies because you just kept filming them one after another.
Yeah, we're just talking about this one. So it has made its money back and then some.
Okay, but my point is I'm wondering how much they actually spent on this movie. Because if you film a movie one right after another, your counting has to be so on point for what you're making, because for all we know, James Cameron just did a seamless movie, and then edited it down to movie 2, and then we're gonna edit down to movie 3.
Last, the only thing I could think of is if we have an unlimited budget work situation.
No.
I mean, I would be surprised if they like, here's checkbook, James Cameron.
No.
Make your shit.
No.
I'm not surprised if it is like a no, but it could have been one of those situations where they were like, go crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised with it because they know it's going to make the money back.
Because I really think that Disney knows what's going to make money, but at the same time, Disney knows not to give somebody like a blank check. Because you give somebody a blank check, there's very good odds that you're going to end up bankrupt. They've made out really well with the Avatar movies, but I'm actually genuinely afraid for more Avatar movies.
I'm not. I really enjoyed this one, and I'm very excited to see where it goes.
It's not a matter of enjoying it. It's a matter of how far can you stretch the story out before people get bored.
I think the current plan is to make 4, and then
I thought there was 7.
No, there's more than 4.
What?
There's more than 4.
Holy shit!
And that's my concern. It's not like Harry Potter where you grow up with Harry Potter. It's not like, Percy Jackson where you're gonna grow up with Percy Jackson as he continues through the series. Yeah, we can watch his kids grow up, but like, at what point does the story get old? Because this story and the last story, the last story was more a realist, like a more, invaders take over the planet kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
This story was a revenge story. Okay, but when does the revenge story get old? But how are you going to pick this up and turn this into, well, what can we do next? And that my biggest fear is people are going to get bored with seeing the same, stereotypical movies.
Yeah. No, I get that. For me, it's probably going to take a while.
Don't get me wrong. I love Avatar. I will rewatch it. I have no issues with Avatar. It's one of my favorite movies. But I'm genuinely afraid. Especially after hearing that the third movie was at like 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay to tell a great story, but it's also okay to go, enough. We've told our story, we need to move on. So I'd love to see something else with Avatar other than them fighting freaking human invaders all the time.
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to take that with the story, but I'll go into that one more when we actually have our Avatar Way of Water episode.
Yeah. But
Which I think we're doing Monday, aren't we?
No, I think we're doing Avatar 1 first.
Yeah, I know.
Both of you need to pay attention to the schedule.
Yeah, we're doing Black Adam, my dude.
Because you both
Oh, yeah, about that.
pay attention to me when I speak.
No, I do. I just forget.
I don't.
Because I have memory of it now.
I don't. At least I'm honest about it.
Okay? He really doesn't listen to me.
I mean, we're talking about nerd news. I got like 3 quick little bullet points.
Okay, what? Because I have no graphic for it, so you're gonna have to.
That's fine. I don't need a graphic. It's just real quick bullet points. I just figured I'm sitting here. Here, I might as well contribute. So one, if y'all haven't seen it already, there was a nice small little celebration video for Pokemon now has over 1,000. Nice little 9-minute video. It's cute. Check it out. But it also came with a small little tidbit that we are getting our next patch the end of next month that says various bug fixes and added functionality. We have no idea what that means. Probably home. But 2, any Magic Gathering players out there, we are full-blown into Phyrexia All-Is-One spoiler season. They did drop a Very interesting trailer featuring Ella Norn, so take a look at that. And 3, for any One Piece fans, the One Piece RPG launches tomorrow, so have fun with that. Take quick 3 bullet points. Didn't need no graphic.
I mean, can I just say that I started My Hero finally?
Yeah, I gotta sit her down when we have time and have her watch at least the first half of the season, but she sometimes likes when the season's over, so...
Yeah, I got to the point where he just disintegrated a lot.
No, nope.
That was it. That was it.
Oh, but that's spoiler.
Nope.
Nope.
I know exactly what you're talking about. No.
I did not spoil anything. I just told you what his quirk was.
No.
Right, Will?
Anyone else got anything to add before we wrap up our little news bit?
Nope, I am good.
Oh, I'm standing here confused of why this is happening, but I'm fine with it.
What are you confused about? What do you mean?
Why she's zipping us? I guess so we don't go into a 20-minute conversation about it.
Oh, we're not.
Oh, okay. She's nodding yes. Okay.
I know you. I know you way too
No,
well.
I wasn't gonna talk about it that much. We need to have we're gonna have a My Hero Season 6 episode when season's done, though. It's happening. Don't worry.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
All right. Well, Susie, where can people find you?
Well, I will be eating garlic knots in a minute. But, working on my essay so that I can pass my class.
Hooray for passing!
Yeah. Can we get a like for Susie so she can pass all her classes? If we don't get a lot of likes, she's failing on purpose.
One like equals 1 percentage point on her paper.
Cool. So, by the end of this, I should end up with 100 likes?
Yeah, exactly.
Or a shit ton of dislikes.
Oh no.
I'll just go find my little bitty corner. It's fine.
I mean,
I'll recover.
there's not really a corner anymore. There's a desk there now.
Yeah.
Unless you climb under the desk, go in full fetal position. But peace out, everybody.
Bye.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.